Hello, everyone. And who do we have here? Oh, my goodness. Big, whopping, wonderful people here. Stephen is here. Hi, Meran, he says. Stephen, male 40, Los Angeles. Hello, Stephen. Pranay says, hello, Meran. After a long time, 17, male India. Hello there. And Luna says, salam, Meran Jan. Kaifek al-yom. Shukran tamam, Luna Jan. And Stephen says, been studying for my exam, which is this Tuesday. I'll take a break and listen in for a bit. All right. And Luna says 36, UK female. S. Breezy says, what's good, Meran? Good is that we are all here and we're breathing. For now, as good as it gets. You guys watch the movie As Good as It Gets? It was funny. It was, forgot his name. Very famous actor. Also played One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh God, I forgot. He's very, very famous. And he played Joker in Batman as well. Anyhow, he played this movie as good as it gets. He was a writer and he had OCD, severe OCD. And all right, so we have 13 people here, 5 likes, meaning what? 7, 8 people, 9 people, no, 8 people don't like us. My math is really out of whack today. Jack Nicholson, thank you very much for that. Yes, Stephen. All right, so what's going on, guys? What's happening? Have you guys had the chance to take a look at my newest upload, which seems to be favored by many, but I wonder how many people actually get to see it, because I don't know if the YouTube really... Actually, YouTube suggested that 40% of the numbers are by YouTube suggestion. That was good. Let's see if I can find it here. See how many people in one day have watched it, which I don't expect much because our channel is incognito. Nobody sees it, honestly. All right, so in one day, which is not a good number, but we have 225 people have watched the video, and its curve is like woo, shooting up, which is good. So let's see what happens in one day, 24 hours, about 30 hours, 225 people. 75 more than usual, and 10 hours more total than average video. That's good. And 40% was recommended by YouTube. Okay, sounds good. And subscribers, 45%. I mean 45 viewers of subscribers. The rest were not subscribers. This is interesting. 45 out of this 225 has been subscribers. And there's what? 1/4, pretty much, almost. That means subscribers are have not pushed the bell, or they don't care. But it looks like we're on the right track. Anyhow, I hope that it'll be helpful to many, and I'm sure it will be, because it's a very good video. If you guys haven't watched it, please do. I'm going to put the link up here for you to kind of see it. Let me get rid of this. So what do we have here? This one is the one that I want you guys to watch. What is this one here? So there is the link. It's called HOCD. Are you or the brain is you? And there it is. That's the link. Oops, what happened? That's it. There's a link. So, the ones who haven't seen it and are interested, please go ahead and see it. It's a brilliant video, if I must say. Lots of work went into it, research and all. And all right. Pranay says, saw your video on brain versus you. Very well explained. Good that you liked it. Jeffrey says, hi Miran, Jeff 33 Toronto. Hello Jeff. Here, hope you are doing well. And thank you very much, Jeffrey. Good of you to join us. As heard things are going a bit better in COVID terms out there in BC. Yeah, kind of going down, and we're glad to hear that. Steven says, I'm doing much better now than before. I decided to join a CrossFit gym. Good for you. And start this Wednesday. Wonderful. I think it'll be good hobby, and we'll meet more people. Yes, of course. That's good. Whether you meet more people or not, doesn't matter. Focus on yourself and get your plan into action about yourself. And then the rest will follow. First, treat yourself well with respect. Love yourself. Do things to build your character more and learn about yourself more. Accomplish what you want to accomplish in life. Feel good about yourself because of those accomplishments. The rest will follow. People will follow someone who doesn't necessarily need them as much, or at least is busy with his own life. They see that person as a beacon, as someone independent, someone who they can rely on. People mostly want to rely on someone than being relied on. So if you take care of yourself, that energy will exude out, and great friends will notice it. Jeffrey says, oddly have my ex on my mind today, but I am traveling further away in time from our breakup, so the memories are starting to fade. Well, whether memories fade or not, you have to always remember when you're thinking or seeing, imagining or noticing the memories, just pick up the good memories, enjoy it. Otherwise, be aware that it's just illusion. It's just memory. It's dead. It doesn't exist. You don't have to worry about it in any way, shape, or form, pretty much. But find the pleasant ones and enjoy it. So, yeah, that was good. And then if you're getting too attached to the memory, quickly remember all the shit that was going on as well. So bring the balance. S. Breezy says, so, sir, I've got a quick question. I started off crying and being so angry, and now it's the complete opposite. I've lost my woman attraction and gained false attraction for men, so I think. Is this all completely normal? Yeah, that's what it is. French call HOCD doubting disease. It's a fucking disease. Understand this. You are actually believing in what you know that it is malfunctioning. Yet you put the malfunctioning side away and you're focusing on the actual bullshit content. And you believing what you know is malfunctioning. I mean, you don't even believe your knowledge of the fact that the brain is malfunctioning when you know in fact is malfunctioning. That's the doubting disease. It's a disease. It's a disorder. Remind yourself that the brain is not you. Brain is a separate machine, and brain is an apparatus that is malfunctioning, capable of malfunction, has always malfunctioned, people's mental disorders around the world, is because of what's malfunctioning? Your ass, or is it the brain? It's malfunction. That's why they have mental problems. So malfunctioning of the brain is all the time, always known for fact. So stop doubting the fact that my brain can malfunction. Hence, oh, it don't malfunction, so what it shows, it's true. No, it's malfunctioning. Don't believe in the malfunction. It can make your body feel all kind of shit. There was a man, a true story, a long, long time ago. He believed he was a cow. Everybody knew he wasn't a cow. He believed he was a cow. And he believes what he believes. He believes in what he believes. Human being does that, as stupid as we are. And we think we're very smart. He believed he was a cow. Everybody knew he wasn't a cow. He mooed. He slept in a stable. He felt he was a cow. Until a day, another cow wanted to, and then said, "Oh, hey, listen, I'm good. I'm not a cow. I'm not a cow," and ran out of the stable. So you don't want to actually need that kind of a jolt to notice what you are. You gotta believe in what you prefer, what you are, what you've always been. And disbelieve the distraction, distortions, and the malfunctions. HOCD is a doubting disease. OCD and substance are doubting disease. It makes you doubt yourself. If you remember that, then every goddamn thing that shows up in your brain, you don't treat it, oh, that's true because my brain says, what is brain? Brain is no different than your intestine. Intestine gets diarrhea and you're okay, you understand that. You're okay in understanding that it has a diarrhea. It's not normal. Well, when the brain has a diarrhea, you have a problem understanding, oh, my brain doesn't malfunction. It does. That's how fucked up we are. So you must be strong, have patience, and focus on your preferences. Focus on your identity. Focus on your veto power, your choices. That's how you deal with this thing. Not to believe every shit that shows up. Yeah, I'm this gender now, but brain says you're this gender, you have not been that, and therefore I'm now what the brain says. Then who is you? The brain? You're supposed to be the ultimate power. The brain was added to you 40,000 years ago. It wasn't the brain living for 1,000,000 years and then you added to it. No, it was you living for millions of years and then the brain was expanded, added to you. So you could think and speak. And that's the start of the problem. Thoughts is the roots of all problems, especially coming from a malfunctioning brain. And that's a signaling malfunction. That's what's happening. But the brain is so powerful that make you think whatever it wants to make you think. And you're supposed to be smart enough to say, I'm believing everything that you, goddammit, suggest. I veto what you suggest if it's not my preference, if it's not something that I want to have anything to do with it, and I make choices. That's my power, regardless of how powerful the brain is. All right. Having said that, we go to Pranay Naik says, I wanted to ask, should I just let go of everything, the thoughts, feels, vibes that I get, so many real doubts, that's false attraction, because eventually I'll be whatever I am, so why worry about it? Yes. And focus on what you love, what you have always loved, what you prefer, what you think is right for you, regardless of who the fuck suggests or opinion is from out there, other people, or your own brain. This brain is not you. Understand that. It's like some other person is trying to make you do things that it wants. You know, like it thinks, oh, you know, why not? Because the brain has no gender. Brain has no responsibility. Huh? Brain has got nothing on the line. Brain is a non-existent outside entity which doesn't give a fuck. It just wants to make you do things because it thinks its job is, I am the boss here. Fuck you. You have to separate yourself from the brain and thoughts and you. There's a you, and brain and thoughts are like the intestines and other organs and other things that, you know, it's there. That's it. Treat it like a, you know, like a servant. It's supposed to serve you. I'm not saying treat your servants bad, you know, don't take it politically incorrect. I'm just saying, think it's a machine, it's a subordinate, which it is. It's supposed to serve you. What you say goes. But when it malfunctions, like a crazy person is saying shit. You will hear it and say, oh, okay, it's all right. But you go out and say, well, this person is crazy. I just, you know, got to make sure he's not going to hurt himself. That's all. But don't believe the crazy person. You have no problem seeing the crazy in other people, but you have a problem seeing the crazy when we all get all fucked up here. Be aware of that. Understand that, and you'll be fine. Roller Girl says, hello, Mehran and everyone. Crystal, 55, Las Vegas here. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you, dear. Do you guys agree with me that knowing that I only do this most of the time once a week, we would have expected 140 people here? Well, we have 14. Don't you think we need to kind of, you know, face the truth that this channel is, I don't know, this live streams at least, is, I don't know. All right. Jeffrey says, traveling for, okay, we got that. Traveling away from the memories of my ex as the Voyager spacecraft is voyaging away from our solar system. Yes, good. And Prani says, breezy, first fact, you can turn into anything. Remember this always. Yes, that's right. Steven says, been 3 weeks since the breakup. When she told me through text, I responded, okay, that's fine. A few days later at work, she acted like I wasn't even there with her hair down and talking to everyone. Okay, I haven't given her any attention at all. Last week, as I was walking past her room, she turned and kept looking at me. I walked past her later that day and she turned to me as if she expected me to talk to her. Yeah, you mentioned that. My question is, why are you mentioning this all the time, or it's in your head? What's the problem with you just say, this girl doesn't want to be with me, I don't give a fuck? Because this is the same girl that was pursuing me, wanting it to be with me, went out with me, we had sex many times, and now she's acting weird and she's not interested. So fuck it, I don't give a shit. Why you keep thinking that what she's doing is like unbelievable or you're supposed to suffer for it? No. You ignore it and you pay her no attention and you go on. But why you keep talking about it? Why is it still part of your consideration? See it for what it is. Why not a wishy-washy girl? That's it. As no confidence comes after this guy gets confident and then says, oh, I'm confident, but I'm not confident because I haven't that guy. So, dime a dozen. No reliability. So why you keep talking about it? This is, doctor, but I kept walking, then last week she began saying hi to me. I worked in the same room these past 2 days with her, and she began every conversation and laugh at everything I say when it's not really funny. Yeah, don't give a shit about it. I know I need to work on it. Okay, good. Look, if she comes in and laughs with you, and you laugh with her, but never ask her out. Don't be fooled just because she laughs and you say, hey, do you want to go for... Don't say it. That's what she's looking for. Because she has now thinking, oh, he doesn't give a shit. So I don't have the confidence that I used to get from him, that I thought that I have it, because he's not actually interested in me anymore either. Therefore, I've lost that confidence that I thought I have from him. Now she's trying to get it back and waiting for you to say something like, do you want to do something? She says, oh, well, no, we're not like that together anymore. I don't want to lead you on. And don't allow her to ever be able to say that. Deny that from her. Meaning, she laughs, you laugh, and you laugh. Never show that this was laughing with her. He was laughing at what was being said. Another one says, okay, I think we got to get back to work. I got to do stuff here. That's it. Cut it short. Don't continue the conversation. If she says something, a conversation, always cut the conversation in the middle. Say, okay, I got to go now. I got to attend to this patient. Have this in mind. Do not let her finish or go or discontinue the conversation. You do that. If you're doing your thing, she comes and says something, your answer should be very short. Yeah, sure. Be pleasant, be nice, be funny if you want to, but never be funny thinking that you're being funny because you want to get her back or anything. No, you do not want that. You just want to treat her no different than you treat the other one. Even treat the other ones a little bit better. Understand that. And Pranay says, thanks, Mehran. Clears a bit more on HOCD. Okay, good. Pranay says, and as always, amazing explanation. Okay, thank you. And it's Otis says, haha. I don't know what is haha for. Otis says, what do you think about respect? Otis, is it the first time you're here? We need the protocol. I need to know how old you are, where you tuning in from, which country, and what your gender is. And so I can properly address you at the same time, know how old you are, if you should be here or not, and to know, your little bit background as far as which country you come from. S. Breezy says, does my story sound like I have HOCD to you? I haven't been diagnosed yet. That doesn't mean diagnosed. You don't have to be diagnosed. You know this shit going to your head. That means that's what it is. That's it. But yet, as you're an expert and heard my story, would you say, first of all, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychotherapist. I have no medical background. Therefore, do not misunderstand. You guys want answers, you talk to your psychotherapists, psychologists, and what I have here, sharing with you my experiences in research, and that's all. In my opinion, anyone who has been a heterosexual, loves a woman, liked women always, and has these sort of thoughts, intrusive thoughts in his head, obviously that's a malfunction of the signaling system, as has been discussed by many psychotherapists and psychologists, that I have the links of them in the description of my videos in the playlists. Intrusive, transient, OCD, HOCD, negative thoughts, and the playlist Intrusive, OCD, HOCD short videos. These are very helpful playlists. And what you explained definitely that's all. HOCD with flying colors. And Otis says, I'm 26 from UK male. Thank you for that. Otis says, what do you think about respect? If a girl does something that disrespects your values, how do you know when to keep trying to or to correct her and keep trying because there is potential? As in, she spends time with some rich guy she used to sleep with over holiday season, keeps leading him on, but she also says she loves me. She's, forgive the word, I don't mean to be facetious or disrespectful, but not in sexual way, this word, but I wanted to explain to make you understand. She's a pussy. In other words, not pussy as vagina, she's a pussy as a personality. She's weak. She's weak and she's got confidence issues. She has worth and value issues. That's why she's hanging around with the rich ex-boyfriend or whatever that she slept with, or the rich guy or whatever. So meaning, walk away from her. If she hasn't figured that out on herself, she can't provide certain kind of a accountability and class and manners and respect for herself to begin with, and then for you, waste of time. You're not there to educate someone or try to fix her. She comes to you if she has fixed herself, and you go to her if you have fixed yourself. If your job would be fixing each other, you'll not even get to know each other. You're too focused on what she's doing wrong, and she's too focused on what you're doing wrong, and it just means it's not compatible. So if she's keep leading some other guy while she tells you love, say just fuck off, get lost. And not in those terms, in your mind, but say, listen, it's been lovely, and I'm not interested in being with someone who constantly is lack of confidence and runs around some guy that she slept with and he's rich, and you've got some value problems. I'm not going to be mixed up with that and play your game. You want evaluation, and your evaluation is to sleep with the rich guy because he's rich, not because you like him. Because if you did, you would still be with him. Maybe he didn't like you, maybe he dumped you. Whatever the reason is, you have not been able to separate yourself and bring yourself to me, to this relationship, as I am bringing myself into this relationship. Therefore, I don't feel you respect yourself, let alone respecting me. That's why I feel you need to grow up and I need to move on with my life. Because I need a girlfriend, not some kind of a character is trying to prove something to herself. A little bit too old for that, while I'm still trying to learn my way and find my way in the universe. Jango Fett, hence Boba Fett. I'm just a simple man trying to find my way in the universe. All right. Otis says, essentially, do I break up with her or not? Yeah, you do. And don't go back. Because this is not a relationship. This is just, she's trying to fulfill her ego. And she needs a big one because she doesn't have enough confidence. She hasn't accomplished anything. She doesn't believe in herself. She's just hoping for someone's attention to make herself feel valuable, rather than being valuable on her own for what she accomplishes her plans in this life. S. Breezy says, glad we can talk to you like this, Mehran. I asked in the comments of a video yesterday, does HOCD bring false attraction? And the channel said, fuck off, I've got no time for a stupid question. Really, channel? What do you mean? I saw your question. I respond to it elaborately. The channel didn't say fuck off. What are you talking about? Some, by the way, guys, some of them, maybe it was yours too, but I did see your, or at least someone's similar question, and I responded. But sometimes when you guys send the comment, it comes to my email. I see it. Then I click on it, go to the channel, to the video to respond to it, and it's not there. And then I go to comments to see maybe it's in the comment management. It's not there either. It's like it's not posted. That and I've made in the past couple of efforts to go to your account and then leave a email and even find your email and send it to an email. I've done that before, and somebody did leave a message and says, "How dare you erase my, delete my comment? Are you homophobic?" And I had no idea what the hell he's talking about because I saw his message and then I went to answer it. It wasn't there. So actually I made an effort, went to his account. He had a bunch of videos and I found one of the videos and I put my answer in his videos as a comment and told him that I couldn't find your video, your question in my videos. It was just not there. And here's my answer. But then he sent me he apparently, I don't know whether he saw it or not. He just, it's unfortunate what he uttered and how his response to that was, instead of actually understanding this channel has never denied anybody from discussing their comments and explaining as best as I can. And he just made some accusation which was unkind and untrue. And he never got back to say thank you and I'm sorry I made that comment because you were very diligent and helpful and you went even to my own account and left an answer. And so I made all kind of efforts. And a couple of other people happened, but they never said anything bad like this one. But it's unfortunate. So maybe yours was also... oh, Espírito says another HOCD channel I watched, not yours, sir. Ah, okay, good. All right, yeah. All right. And thank you, Otis. It's Otis sends a £3 super chat, and thank you for supporting the channel. And Otis says, haha, yes, she is. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. And Otis says, how much do you charge for private chat? Well, when you go to my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com, I have my books there and I have my Skype consultation packages there. And usually for new clients, 1 hour consultation is $100. But when a new client shows up, I add another 1 hour to that appointment and we'll make that one appointment, one session, 2 hours. So we'll have enough time to relax and get to know the issue and explore it one-on-one on Skype. So you guys can go on my channel. It is www.mindthatseekstruth.com. There we go. Oh, that's cool. We've got 20 people here and we got 20 likes. Wow. Guys, while you guys think about your questions, because I don't have any question right now here, so I'll just top up my tea. I just made some fresh tea. I'll just warm it up. Be right back. Yep. All right. So we have Easy Breezy says, S Breezy says, can I by any chance privately message you on Instagram? I'm still a teen, so I can't really fork out a large amount of money to privately Skype you. To privately Skype. Look, I have a system on Mind That Seeks Truth site. For the ones who can afford it, of course, they go to Skype and they choose their package. And as I mentioned, for new clients, I add another hour to their 1 hour appointment, so we'll have plenty of time. But I also have another system there, and that is you send your question, and the fee is $10. But you send your question, and I record a maybe 4 to 8 minutes response, and I will send the recording to your email. And that way you are hearing my response, because I hate typing. When I wrote those books, there were 3 of them altogether, and for years it was like, because I had to edit it and edit it and edit it and write it and edit it, and every night for 2 years I was in the library writing, editing, and all this. So I kind of had this, I couldn't write anymore. So now every morning when I wake up, I start answering email questions on comments on the YouTube channels, videos. And so it's too much writing. I just want to, so therefore that's easy for me. And at the same time, it's economical for you guys. So that's possible. So you don't have to fork out that number, but there has to be something that I can finish it in 8 minutes talk max, because the system will not allow, it becomes too big a file. 8-9 minutes is the cutoff. It won't go. Then I have to chop it, and that's too much work. And Nick, my goodness, where the hell have you been, Nick? Kia ora, dear. Good to see you. And he says, Kia ora matua, male 43, New Zealand. Hari tau hoa kauto. Happy New Year, everyone. Hari tau hou kauto. Happy New Year, everyone. And Happy New Year to you as well, dear Nick. Good to see you here. We missed you. Where have you been? Hope all is well. Hope you're keeping healthy and safe, and your loved ones as well. It's always good to see you here. And I wonder, where is our good friend Sid from Hawaii? And I miss having a connection with Hawaii. And when he's here, it feels like I'm talking to someone from home. I don't know. I can't help it. I just love Hawaii. My whole life is about all my memories with my son since he was 6 years old. That's the first time we traveled together to Hawaii. And we had an amazing time. We laughed, we watched movies, we had Oreo cookies and milk and watched movies. Went to the beach and put all those creams on, hamburger at the beach. Hanauma Bay was one of our favorite spots. I mean, just the most amazing beach. Hanauma Bay in Oahu. And S. Breezy says, any idea how I can get my female attraction? Your female attraction is there. It's just that you're so much interruption and distortion and all these garbage thoughts. It's like not allowing you to see through the actual essence of the whole thing, which is however it's always been for you. So you haven't lost that. It's just like your money is there, but just so many things are on top of it covering it. So just put them aside, and you will see. Throw those things out. Don't pay attention to them, and you will focus on the money. It's like Austin Power, a movie that he was chasing Fat Bastard because he stole his mojo. But at the end of the movie, he realized that his mojo was always there. He was looking for nothing. Mojo is inside. It's only his thoughts that thought Mojo is not there. So pretty much the same. And Otto says, okay, I will ask you one more question. What do you think about love versus lust? Well, it's not the same. So what's thinking about it? Lust is what most people think is love, because they're turned on and they think, oh, it must be love. No, you're programmed for procreation, and you see a pretty girl. You're a heterosexual male. You see a pretty girl, you're programmed to be attracted to her. That's not love. That's your program acting that you want to mate with her. But you think that feeling represents love. To love someone, you got to know someone. How do you know someone? You got to know her consciousness. You got to bond on consciousness level, not on physical level. So that takes time to know how you guys trust each other, how you treat each other, how you're loyal to each other, how you support each other, how you're there for each other, how you negotiate life, how to see each other interact with real life situations, even you go for tea or coffee or cinema or a dinner date or whatever it is, how you interact with other people, all these, and then the challenges of life that comes towards you and how you guys negotiate, how you guys help each other. All that takes time to know each other's consciousness. And then you see how unselfish you are, how caring you are, how genuinely you care about each other and your goals in life, and you want to build something together. All of that then helps you to know that persona, the consciousness. Then you say, I love this. I love her. Because you know her. To love her, you got to know her. But lust, you don't need to know her. You see a pretty girl, you want to mate with her. That's not knowing her. That's totally different level of connection. And Carl Bryant says, and let me read the rest of it. It says, as in what do you think about leaving a sexless, loving relationship for loveless lust? Or is it stupid to do this at 26? Sexless loving relationship. Well, you got to have a balance. You're 26, but you got to give me more. I mean, you're not giving me anything. I don't have enough detail. When do you get to know that person? What age? How long have you guys been together? I need so much to know to be able to compare the two. Loving relationship but sexless, well, that's no fun, right? But how long have you guys been together? What's the roots of it? What do you share? What do you have in common as far as going through this journey? How long have you gone through this journey? And then we got to see what's in the works. You feel guilty to leave her. You feel responsible to leave her. But you want intimacy and loveless sex. But you remember, you're not Aristotle. You're 26-year-old, and your interest is going to the roof, and therefore you got to examine what it is that at this age is appropriate for you. If they're taking the responsibility that you're hoping, obviously you're a good person, and you want to be considerate of the others. That's why you're asking that question. But for that, perhaps when you have a chance, and we can discuss it further in the appointment that you might be making. Otherwise, I need lots of back and forth with it to know more. Otherwise, it's hard to say. It depends on the circumstance of that sexless, lovely relationship versus the sexful, loveless relationship. So that's what I can put it. Carl Bryan says, Kia ora from New Zealand. Hope you are safe and well. Male 28. Kia ora, dear. Good to see you. I'm blessed with so many New Zealanders here. People from New Zealand and Hawaii. Where is Sid? There is Sid. There is Sid. Chester says, male 27, Hawaii, aloha, Meran. Aloha, Chester, where have you been? You have been absent for the past couple of times that I, out of schedule, showed up. We have, Chester says, how you doing? How you doing? I almost missed this live stream. Glad I made it. Better late than never. Oh yeah, we still have another almost an hour. I gotta leave at 3. I have an appointment that I need to bugger off as soon. Maybe 2:45 I'll leave, so I won't be late. So we have another super chat from It's Otis, £4, and thank you for that, for supporting the channel. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. And S. Breezy says, before all this, I just normally get aroused by an attractive female. Now my false attraction forces it on, and I just feel angry about it. I get a pit in my chest. It's really scares me. Don't be scared. Your amygdala is at full force because you're not gay, and it's trying to overprotect you by alarming and alerting you without any explanation, just wants to warn you, and it's overly active. You just need to retrain your amygdala to say, listen, don't give me anxiety. I'm good. I understand. I ain't gonna be doing any of that shit because, I mean, for you it's shit. For that's, I don't mean to mean anything by it, because different people have different gender and different interests, and that's all fine. But for you, you just simply discuss it with your brain. Says, well, I'm not interested in that shit, so therefore don't bring it up, because I'm going to be retraining it and making sure it understands that it's not my interest. So it can be there, thoughts can be there, it's normal, because my brain is not me, so it's not responsible to think like me. It thinks on its own level, and it has no understanding of what I'm all about. It just has this kind of a weird responsibility to think that he wants to protect. And then when it goes rogue and caudate nucleus is no longer working automatically, then when intrusive thoughts shows up, which it shows up in every single human being on earth, different kind of intrusive thoughts, it shows up in everybody's brain. But caudate nucleus, part of striatum in the basal ganglia, it's supposed to shut down the intrusive thoughts based on your values and your gender and what it knows about it. I have a client who is, a subscriber who asked me a question, and her gender is homosexual, but she has intrusive thoughts about heterosexuality. So to her, then heterosexuality thoughts are the shit that she shouldn't be focused on, because each person has different inclination, and on that base you focus on what you are, your choices and your vetoes, not what the brain suggests. Brain suggests because it has no responsibility, doesn't know anything. It's a machine, it's supposed to suggest things, and it's working on protecting you, and the mixture of caudate nucleus not working well, and it's trying to protect you, and the amygdala being overactive, it creates all kinds of anxiety, and then shoots of all these alarms and alerts and all that, which brings your attention more to that, and then you wonder, you start questioning yourself, and of course it's being the doubting disease, and you try to associate things, and then there's so much in which I've explained in the videos. I can't explain the whole 250 videos that we've made since 11 months ago on this topic. However, basically that's what it is. It's trying to protect you, and it does the job overly, and you spend too much time trying to interpret it. But the brain is so fast in association of words and concepts that when you see some male's body or looks, and you notice a good look of another man, which is normal. We're all equipped to notice good-looking, good-designed things. And because we appreciate that, perhaps we are ourselves good-looking, so we appreciate somebody else's. Or at least we always compare. At least we always see if they're better looking than us or not, because we want to be the one who have the most chance with the girls. So we constantly are comparing. At the same time, since childhood, we've been programmed to be compared. We've been compared with everybody. In the school, so-and-so got 100 out of it, got A, and you didn't, you should do better. Look at your uncle's son, is so wonderfully nice and neat and polite. You learn from it. So always compare. So you always think you got to compare in order to make sure you're just as valuable as you want to be. So you see another man, you compare naturally if he's good looking or not. And when you see he's good looking, then the brain runs out being protective. So what does that mean? That means quickly associates the good looking to sexuality, because there's a concept of sexuality, and we have been aware of all these other lifestyles that exist in the world, and the brain has become aware through all these mediums that talks about people's lifestyle on TV and everywhere. It's bombarded, so the brain is aware of existence of all these other lifestyles. And then as soon as you notice somebody's good look, it runs to tangents, says, good look associates with sex, associates with homosexuality. So, that you had an interest in that. No, I just noticed he's good looking, and that's fine, because I also notice I'm good looking. So what does that mean? I've got hots for myself? So you have to understand that this is okay to notice. But the brain has got such amazing speed in association of words and labels things. The problem with us is that we just don't observe things as it is. Okay, the guy is good looking. Okay, that's it. But we go and perceive what it means. We don't just stop at observing someone's good look. We go and then perceive. A good look means they've got a label to it. You get a conclusion. Observing is good look, that's it. But you get a conclusion. Good look means you're interested, then association with sex, that means homosexual. Now it's got a label, it's got a conclusion. Now you're no longer dealing with the fact that you notice somebody's good look, you're dealing with the concept of homosexuality. Where did that come from? Because these associations are capability of the brain, like a computer, boom, sees all tangents, but you get stuck on the intrusive version, because you're overprotective and focused to make sure, because of the OCD and caudate nucleus not working perfectly as it always did, then you get stuck on that tangent as the brain is sweeping all possibilities that is known to it through the medium and the lifestyles available out there. So I hope that makes some sense to you guys, although I can talk about it for a day or so. And Otis says, thank you, I will consider the Skype. Okay. Nick says, proverb for the day. Yes, we've been waiting for that. Hitoka tu moana, stand firm like a rock in the ocean. There we go. That's my boy. That's my man. Good for you. Well, I read it one more time. Stand firm like a rock in the ocean. That means stand your ground, protect your sacred values, and live and roll in life based on your vetoes and choices, not thoughts or images or suggestions of other people's or your brain. And that goes as hitoka tu moana, hitoka to moana. All right. Breezy says, how do I retrain myself for that? Hey, Breezy, I can't go through the whole goddamn 250 videos. It's on the, go on. I've made these playlists so nobody has to pay and nobody has to get me talking so long or write it. It's already done. God damn it. It's there. Go on the channel, check it out. Otis says, didn't mean to send that last message. Which one? There's one message retracted. There's one says, thank you, I will consider the Skype. And there's, I don't know which one you mean, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. And Chester says, Meran, you said that you exercise before, that you exercised before the COVID pandemic happened. Yes, I always exercise. Does exercising really help with our libido, testosterone? Yes, it does. Absolutely. Actually, I did check my testosterone at my age. It's important to check because you expect to be as you were 26-year or 30-year-old, and I was always um, high energy and so on. So I wanted to see what's the difference, and so I checked 1 year, and then I checked the next year. But the second time, I was heavily into gym, much more than before, and the testosterone level was 1 to 2 points higher, even at my age. So that means it sure does make a difference. Yes, absolutely. But it's not about how heavy you lift, it's about how often you do workout. And the workout would be some, reasonable weight for your fitness level, and continuously get the muscles to pump, get the muscles to feel that they've been working, and that's good. And says there is no woman around us during this pandemic because of quarantine. Yeah, that's a shit. We also remember, guys, we heterosexual males have been used to constantly see, and I qualify this not in a negative way, but in a primal way, see the prey, even though we would be civilized and not be intrusive or making anybody discomfort, which is the way a gentleman is. But we were always aware of the hunt available. Like a tiger that is out there and sees there are gazelles and there are other animals running around. So we were being stimulated all the time. But it's been so long, you have no social behavior, you have no social contact, you don't see all the, especially you don't see all the pretty girls in bunches walking together or here and there and have opportunity to say hello or smile or any of that. I mean, masks are, you can't even see the smile. And all those were notions where it helps the testosterone level to be active because it creates that sexual interest. Because if you hide yourself in an island where there's no girls, obviously you wouldn't have much libido because there's no pulses, there's no stimuli. It's your imagination, and you're a man, you're a heterosexual male, but there is, it's like the trees. Okay, you may get excited about, I don't know, some trees, but so the stimuli is not there. So in other words, it's like the Pavlovian dog that they show the food but they don't give it, and or give it, and then there's a bell, but then when there's a bell, it remembers the food and salivates. So there is a reason for it to have that salivation, even though the actual food is them. So even if you don't have a relationship, but you see the girls walking by, so you get excited, and that excitement is like that jolt that promotes, the whole feeling and so on. But you take all that away, and then your brain is not focused on what it's designed to be focused. It's going to think about anything sex because you're constantly thinking about sex, but you're not really having an opportunity to kind of release that excitement by just saying hello or discussion or a regular normal interaction. And therefore, where does it go? It's balled up. And so anything it looks at doorknob, it thinks it's sexual. Looks at a man, concept of sex, because man, woman, sex, so the concept of sex shows up, and you go, oh, I thought of sex when I looked at a man. No, you thought of sex because anything has brings a concept of sex to your mind, because these days you have no other outlet to actually focus that concept of sex to the appropriate place of it. You don't have any socializing, you don't have any discussion, you don't have any smile of a woman to see. So anything you see, you think about sex constantly, and then you can think about the sex on that chimney or that tree or that, I don't know, bulldog or whatever, whatever it is. So I hope that helps you to see what I'm trying to say. So that's why many people are getting these feelings at any time in life, but especially in the pandemic, even more. What you're deprived of, you think a lot. Like right now, you don't have those associations. You don't see all those girls all the time in cafes where you're going to order, you're going to sit, see all these pretty women, and you don't get sufficient stimuli and focus. It's like your focus is trained and constantly finds all those beautiful women. But when there's none available for you to see, all the brain looks at the buildings, thinks, oh, it's sex. Because sex is in everyone's mind, I don't know, every 5, 10, 20 seconds, depends how busy you are. And if there's nothing really to focus on it, then you think of it anyhow. And then you think, oh, I looked at rock and thought of sex, that means I'm rockosexual. No. All right. So what do we have here? Breezy says, is it normal to feel like it's really real, like you already... Listen, stop this bullshit of already turned. You don't turn. You're born heterosexual. You are going to be heterosexual. You're going to die heterosexual. Now, the OCD and HOCD is a tangent that every brain falls into, that needs to understand, manage it, and educate itself to help it retrain it. And that's one of the challenges that we have, because our brain is only 40,000 years old the way it is now, and it's still in the making. There's lots of malfunctions, and circuitries go haywire, like any other electrical system, it'll malfunction. So understand that. You understand perfectly well when your intestine malfunctions, you get diarrhea, and you can quickly say, oh, I've got diarrhea. It's not me, it's diarrhea. That's not the normal me, it's diarrhea. But when the brain starts having a diarrhea, you have a hard time recognizing that, oh, it's not me, it's the brain. It's, oh, it's the brain, it's diarrhea, but it's me. It's telling me I'm a different gender, therefore I believe, no, it's a diarrhea. It's gone malfunctioning, just like your intestine. It's no different. It's an organ. So, and yeah. Stop analyzing it. Look, let the thoughts come and go. Don't give a shit about it. It's a thought. It can't fucking change you. If the thought had that power that you think it has, that you bogusly believing it because you're all fucked up right now, like everybody going through that is fucked up at that time, then you can turn it around and start thinking about something and see if that happens. It doesn't. It doesn't. Think about you got $1 million in the bank. You won't have it. Tomorrow, check it. So no matter how many times it thinks that you're homosexual, if you're a heterosexual, you won't turn homosexual. Your chromosomes or your genes are not going to turn because your brain thought of it. Your brain wasn't even there when you were being created in your mother's womb. Your brain, your thoughts, your capability of thinking was not even present. Had nothing to do with the gender that you've been created as, whatever your gender is. So later on, the brain has nothing to do with ever modifying or changing or turning you in any other gender than whatever you've been created in your mother's womb. Now, you can be fooled by somebody following you constantly from the school as a boy or as an adult and keep telling you, hey, I want to have my way with you. If you have a weak mind, eventually you will say, okay. But you have a strong mind and you stand your ground, you protect yourself, you say, fuck off. And now your brain is doing that. It's becoming a pervert, in your opinion, depending on what gender you are. Whatever comes opposite of it is being a pervert. So train your brain by not paying attention to it. Let it be. So many people with different kind of lifestyles that you're not interested in are there living their lives. They're not interested in your lifestyle. You're not interested in their lifestyle. So everybody focus on their own lifestyle and let the others live their lives. Like the brain. Let the thoughts come and go. It doesn't make any difference to you. You don't pay attention to it. It wouldn't have a chance to take your focus and your attention. And you wouldn't worry about it. Be okay with thoughts being there. Any kind of thoughts. Pedophilia, homosexuality, if you're homosexual, heterosexuality, religious OCD, harm OCD, responsibility OCD, all kind of OCD. Let the thoughts be. These are thoughts, they're not reality. Let the brain do its bullshit. You decide and choose based on your veto, preferences, and choices if any of these thoughts are relevant to you or irrelevant. That's the power that you have, not the brain. Brain is a machine, it's doing its own thing. You, however, are the boss. You're the entity. You're the one who lives. You're the one who gives life or death to a suggestion, idea, image, or thought. You're the one who allows any thought to become or not become, live or die, have a chance or not have a chance to become an action, to become an actuality. You and only you, not the brain, not the thought. So let it come out with any kind of thought and horrible thoughts to your opinion that it can about any subject, any OCD, subset OCD, religious thought, pedophilia thoughts, homosexual thoughts, irresponsibility thoughts, harm thoughts, all kind of. Hey, so what? Free country, they can come and go, but you only focus on your life, what you prefer, what you like, what your values are, what's meaningful to you, and ignore what's meaningless to you. That's how we roll, because, as the Mandalorian says, this is the way. On that note, we go to Esprisi says, has anyone got any tips to stay away from masturbating? It's telling me I'm aroused all the time. I try to ignore it. Oh, masturbate away. It's no big deal. And Alice Cheney, I'm sorry, I don't mean to butcher your name. I says, my name is Cheyenne. I apologize. It's a beautiful name. I just want to know how to pronounce it. Cheyenne. Oh, Cheyenne. Is it Cheyenne? Cheyenne. And I'm 18 years old, and I've been dealing with HOCD for years. I've been trying to expect that these are just thoughts and nothing more. Thank you for the videos. They help me. Oh, delighted. So you're 18-year-old young lady, and from where? If you would mind, let me know. We need the protocol, like age, gender, and where you're tuning in from. Like F, age, and which country. And Chin says, I just call you Chin, I guess. Shane. I have a hard time. Says, I have a boyfriend and he makes me so happy and makes me feel safe when I have these intrusive thoughts. Yeah. So I think the reason why I have HOCD is because I have PTSD from my past when I was sexually assaulted from women when I was little. Yeah. That's an irresponsible person who allowed herself to impose certain suggestions. But you know what? That was the past, and past is dead. It doesn't exist. So there is no a threat whatsoever from that woman, because you were a child then, and that time is past, and what's past is dead, is non-existence. So whatever it was is also non-existence. It cannot have any threat towards you, because the past itself doesn't exist, let alone what did occur in the past. That time and space doesn't even exist anymore. It's dead, let alone what happened in there, which was that at that moment and no longer in existence. So there is no threat whatsoever to you. You're safe. And you're not just safe because your boyfriend is a nice guy. It's also because you're 18-year-old, you're adult. You don't allow any of that shit to even come near you. You'll be aware and alert. Any inappropriate behavior, you will simply make an action by removing yourself from that scene or scenario or situation, or being able to confront it with vigor and power, because you're no longer a child. First of all, that time has passed, so that doesn't exist. What happened that time doesn't exist, is dead. Second, you're no longer a child. You're an 18-year-old young woman, powerful. Therefore, nothing can threaten you whatsoever of that kind. And you're more alert. In fact, you're wiser, and you can protect yourself a lot better than ever before, not just because you're not a child anymore, also because you have awareness of all these malfunctions and signaling system malfunctions, and how the HOCD actually works, and the role of caudate nucleus and the striatum and all these, the OCD and all that, how the mechanism of it works. And of course, all these videos, and underneath the videos, you guys will always have the link of famous psychotherapists and psychologists that you can reach out to them if you wish, or watch their programs and learn more about it beyond the things that I have shared and thought, because my research and my understanding is about movement of mind, and my videos and my book is talking about the movement of the psyche, of thoughts, consciousness, the relationship between the two, how they're put together, how they come about, fear, desire, ego, mechanical process, material process, order in life, and how it affects how we look at life and how we deal with the thoughts and understanding them, where the roots of thoughts are. I've discussed that in the playlist Intrusive, OCD, HOCD short videos. It's a very good playlist. It doesn't focus on the content of thoughts or try to interpret any thought that shows up in your head. That's the other playlist, Intrusive, Transient, OCD, HOCD, negative thoughts. That's in that one. But this one is mostly talking about this whole idea of understanding the separation between brain, thoughts, and you. It's very important for you to know that you're not the brain, and brain is not you. And the other playlists I've discussed, especially in videos number 7, number 8, and number 11. Number 6, 7, 8, and 11. You understand the origin of thought, where thought comes from, its relationship with consciousness. That's video number 11. There are certain videos in those in that playlist that is numbered. So number 11 talks about thoughts and relationship with its consciousness, Number 8 talks about why intrusive thoughts have a chance to show up. That's a pretty interesting video, number 8. And number 6 and number 7 shows you, I think number 7 shows you the power of mind, power of brain, how powerful the brain is. And that's why it influences you. And you got to understand where your powers are, and the fact that you're not the brain, regardless of how powerful the brain is, that you're not the brain and the brain is not you, but you have the ultimate power, which I have described it in my newest video that I uploaded yesterday, which I recommend all of you to invest 50 minutes. It's worth it. God damn it, it's worth it. Lots of research went into it, and these are not philosophical proofs. These are now neuroscientific proof. They're scientific proofs, based on the neuroscience and neuroscientists through neurosurgery, and they actually have the undeniable proof that you are beyond the brain. And so it's an interesting one, and I hope you will enjoy it. And Chen, don't look for a reason that I think I have this because this woman at my childhood. There's no reason for it. You don't need to look for a reason for HOCD. HOCD, OCD, subsets of OCD are just common to everybody's brain. Every single human being on earth gets intrusive thoughts of all kinds. Pedophilia, HOCD, harm OCD, abusive, and all other kind of intrusive thoughts. It's because all kind of information of all sorts and walks of life has seeped into our consciousness through all the mediums that is available in this age, internet and publications and billboards and everything else, and discussions of everybody's lifestyle on TV and everything else. So it's there, and the brain's job is to make thoughts. So it picks up from the inventory of available information, the consciousness makes thoughts. You're supposed to just don't give a shit. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your time every day. 80, 90,000 thoughts a day is being manufactured by the brain. You don't have time to analyze every, oh, this one isn't. Just let them be and just focus on what it is that you want to accomplish and focus on that. That's all. Okay. Cyan Thompson says, your videos really give me comfort, but literally anything makes my brain conjure up thoughts that makes me so scared. Don't be scared. That's the job of the brain, especially when it goes haywire, it does it even more. As I'm becoming straight and homophobic. I've never been like this before. Yeah, continue your lifestyle, whatever it's been, that's what you are. You know, simple. The rest is thoughts. And user 22 says, hey Mehran, hello user 22. And E Breezy says, thank you Mehran. I know I'm asking way too many questions and it might become annoying, but I'm a young scared teen just looking for help and you seem to give it to me. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Stand your ground. Protect your sacred values. Nothing can change you. These are brain malfunctions in signaling system. These thoughts were always in everybody's head. That was a long head. Pumpkin head. But caudate nucleus was always shutting it down automatically because we're designed to have these mechanisms, because the brain it's a thought manufacturing factory. So some kind of a quality control guy should be at the end of the assembly line of this factory to reject all the things that are irrelevant. And caudate nucleus is that function that when the brain makes all kind of thoughts, it lets it make it, because that's how it finds relaxation, because the brain finds its security and relaxation in occupation. And what does that mean to the brain? It means to manufacture, being occupied in making thoughts. But because it has no understanding of actual you when it goes rogue, it makes all kinds of thoughts. So there is a guy at the end of the assembly line called caudate nucleus, part of basal ganglia, part of striatum. That his job is there. This thought does not represent our factory quality as good as it should. So, and it is irrelevant. So, chuck it out. Shuts down that kind of intrusive thought. When caudate nucleus goes malfunctioning in the signaling system, then it's like you take that guy from the assembly line away, and all kind of thought goes through as a product from this company. So it's not like these thoughts were not being made. These thoughts were being made, as all kinds of thoughts are being made by all people on this earth. But then we had a mechanism to filter it and clean it and only let the kind of a thought that is appropriate to our motto, our quality, our factory, our purpose of our factory to go out, to represent us the way it should, according to our philosophy, according to our technology. But that system is broken. So now you got to retrain another guy, hire another guy or a girl, and put it on the assembly line and try to show them by the way you behave toward these thoughts. You're trying to show that new employee how to get this stuff out of the assembly line and only let the quality products go through. So your behavior toward the intrusive thoughts over and over and over and over a million times, and you behave it the same way. You diss it, ignore it, and focus on what it is that is your preference and what your life is all about. And eventually, that new employee will learn, become an expert in throwing and rejecting all the things that is not representing the factory. And your brain rewires itself through neuroplasticity because you've been showing it we're not interested in these sort of things. We're not going to pay attention to it. We're not going to play it. We're not going to exchange energy with it. We're not going to question it. We're not going to pay attention to it. We're not going to debate with it. We're not going to data hunt it. We're just going to let it die because we say it's inappropriate for me. I'm not interested. That's all. And then I go on with my life. And you keep doing that. The brain learns, oh, there's nobody interested here, so I shouldn't be making these things. And learns to recondition and rewire itself through neuroplasticity, and it subsides. And whenever it shows up, you know exactly what it is, and you deal with it the same way. Because this is the 40,000-year-old brain. This is new. It's still in the works. It malfunctions. That's why mental problems are amazing around the world. We don't talk about it, but it's more than physical problems. If not, it's just as bad. So you need to understand this, educate yourselves, and then you'll be fine. Don't be scared. But that is, in fact, remember, everybody, people who have OCD, HOCD, any all subsets of OCD are usually, in all cases, are above average intelligence. They're smarter. That's why their focus is a little bit sharper. They interpret things a little bit too much. And when you go through these sort of experiences and you learn more about your psyche. You become more confident because you become knowledgeable. You research and you learn the behavior and how to rewire and what it is, what it's not. You become wiser, stronger, and more confident, heterosexual or whatever your sexual is to begin with, and you become a more confident person in dealing and negotiating your day-to-day life in all aspects and tangents. So that's the challenge you've been given. Research, educate yourself, and become the stronger version of yourself before you had HOCD. Shifiwa, it just means that your brain is powerful enough to make the association of the concept of sex behave in you, and you see that man as that man having a chance with girls, and the concept of sex is interfering, and you basically have that translated into sex, the concept, not the person. And that's why you get the feeling that you get. Right, Chester. Good. Slobodan says, hello, Mehran, 21 Belgrade. Hello, Slobodan. Shifadan, Shifa. Yes, it can. Shifiwa. Sciences, is therapy required or suggested for HOCD? Depends on how you handle it, but yes, it's going to be very helpful. I have the links of the psychotherapists in my description of my videos. Uh, Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jan Weiner. There's so many, but you got to make sure your psychotherapist and clinical psychologist is an OCD specialist, not just a regular psychologist. They don't understand it as well as the specialists of OCD, HOCD, and subsets of OCD understand it. So watch the link of Dr. Philipson's, which I have the links of it, many of them, underneath my videos, and watch what he says, and then you can choose your psychologist based on. Also, his recommendation would be someone who's a specialist, psychologist who's a specialist in OCD. Good for you, Chin. Shein, if I get that name right. And what happened? You were going to let us know where you are tuning in from, which country. And let me know how to pronounce your name. Good, Saya. There you go. That's my girl, Cyan. That's it. Says, I know it's hard to ignore because your HOCD makes it feel so real. But just be like, whatever, and go on about your day. That's my girl. That's right. Major Paper says, does anyone see my message on here? No. No, Major Paper. We don't see. Maybe change the words. Maybe there are certain words that it doesn't let it come in. But it should at least give me the chance to view it, like brings it for review, but I don't see anything there. And S. Breezy says, I'm gonna go, but thank you for everything. I look at all this completely different. Yeah, good, 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 good. Okay, guys, it's time for me to, we also finished our questions, and it's time for me to get ready for my next appointment. So I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I'll have another live streaming tonight at 9 p.m. for Australia, New Zealand, and India, Pakistan, Iran, and Middle Eastern countries and Asian countries in general, plus Australia. So perhaps you will join me then. If not, hopefully next week again, Saturdays at 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Vancouver time. And please do let other people on your social media pick up the short video that I have for introducing the live chats on your social media, so people will get to know we have a live stream, and they'll come to our live stream, and so they will get to know. If I can get this thing rolling, what the heck? Just hang on a second. Oh, somehow it's not working. All right. Anyhow, find the one that I have a short 1 minute and 47-second advertisement for introducing the live stream, and put that on your social media and help us to get more people become aware of that we exist. And Cyan says, thank you so much. I have told my mother that I'd require a specialist, not someone who says they do some of it. Know someone who is learned in OCD and assisting people in dealing with it. Yeah, good. And major purposes, I get scared and that starts again. Any advice how to avoid it? Expect for turning TV off. Get scared of what? So Jaime, around 25 male France. Bonsoir, monsieur. Is it monsieur? 25? Yeah, monsieur. Okay. Hope you're doing good. I'm currently recovering very good from HOCD. Good. But each time I see something disgusting on TV, I get scared and that starts again. Don't give a shit. What's disgusting to you is not disgusting for somebody else. And if it's considered disgusting, well, there's so many disgusting things for you or other people. But you are supposed to become really good at maneuvering around disgusting things. You don't stand there and look at it and analyze it. It's like saying, you know, driving and you see all kind of things, shit and debris and garbage, and you try to pay attention to it. No, you just find your way and just negotiate your way and go about your business. That's what you do. So doesn't matter. Just say, okay, it's an idea, it's a suggestion, it's a image, but so what? There's so many things available. I'm not supposed to pay attention to it. Become good at not paying attention to things. That's all. Just meaning focus on what it is that you want to pay attention and allow thoughts and suggestions and images so on be there, because it's part of the capabilities that sometimes goes rogue. So let it be there, but you don't have to buy into that at all. Just do your own thing and it will subside by itself. And so anyhow, guys, it's time for me to go. I got to make up my appointment without rushing. Again, love you all. I'll talk to you soon, hopefully. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.